In part one of this two-part mini-series, I addressed 3 of the 6 things you should know before you got into politics, or at least learn very quickly if you're already involved. Well, let's continue that discussion today. I'm Dr. Lisa Ann Chung, a political leadership strategist, author of the book Political Change, and president for Kenley College, where we provide leadership training and strategy for new and aspiring politicians. Now, my list is not the usual things that people probably say to the average new or aspiring politician. I've never been one who has ever subscribed to the usual club of any kind. Many people may be focused on trying to get you to be a better typical politician. That's not my job. My work is to help you to become a better political leader. The list that I'm sharing with you is not in any particular order of importance. It's just the 6 things you need to know. But if you have not watched that first video, go back and catch up, and then come back and join us in this one. So let's continue with our list. Number 4 is commitment. There is commitment to the vision, commitment to the task at hand, and commitment to the people you're here to serve. We have a politician here in the UK who is very good at campaigning. He seems to be very good at winning elections. He's been doing it for years. He knows how to push those emotional voting buttons of the electorate. And even though he's been in politics for years, won a number of times, there's something interesting about him in that he has never won twice for the same constituency. He has redefined career politician as he keeps moving to a new constituency every time. He knows how to win an election, but he does not know how to commit once he has already won. Some people handle their personal relationships the same way. They know how to get into a relationship. They're excited about the prospects of a new relationship, but they don't know how to commit once they're already in that relationship. And so what happens to the voting relationship is that either, as that UK politician has done, they move on, they don't stay in it, or the people vote them out, so they don't give them the chance to try again. If you're one who is struggling with commitment in your own private life, I don't expect that you're going to have great success in commitment in your public life. Whether you realize it or not, a lack of commitment on your part, whether it's a personal relationship or a public leadership relationship, means that you're taking advantage of those who you expect to support you no matter what. Just as you have those people who know how to pose really well for the photo ops when they have those family pictures on social media, they show up to the key events, the key dates in their private life. That's what happens with some politicians who aren't very good committers in their public life. They know how to show up for the photo ops. They know how to be there for the key dates, smile, kiss the babies, shake hands. But where are they the rest of the year? So for you, when you're getting into this arena, don't start something if you're not prepared to keep the commitment. Number 5, set realistic goals. Politics is one of those areas where, especially when you're dealing with election time, maybe you're introducing something new, or it's a time of crisis where you have that pressure to do more, to speak up more without considering the implications, and to commit to very unrealistic timeframes. And that's why it's so good to have a team, or maybe even just one individual that you can bounce some ideas off, so that you're not making unrealistic commitments within unrealistic timeframes. Now, not everybody's going to have the fancy team. I understand that. But at least one wise person that you can talk to and say, how does this sound? So that you don't promise what you cannot deliver because of time frame limitations. What can you realistically accomplish given available resources, Maybe you need some time for voter buy-in or other kinds of stakeholder buy-in. You might need to look at securing the necessary approvals, maybe permissions, maybe licenses. You might need to work with other people as well. And then what about sleep? Time for rest. Factor that in. Are there holidays coming up? Are there days off that people need? You can't do this 24/7. So let's be realistic with the time frames we're setting. Get wise counsel and advice regarding the goals, particularly when you're talking about major goals that will be affecting a lot of people's lives. You may have a goal that is well intentioned, but you also need to ensure that it is well thought out. Number 6, manage expectations. Now, I told this particular young leader to manage your expectations, but when we're talking government and politics, it's not just managing your expectations, but it's also managing the other people's expectations as well. Managing expectations is sometimes going to be related to time management and setting realistic goals. But managing expectations could also mean that you have to realize that there are some people who've been in politics for a lot longer than you, some of them even before you were born, and they are not prepared, willing, or in their minds able to step aside so that new politicians can come on board and take a country, a community, a county forward. Manage expectations by giving yourself some time for that change to happen. Don't beat up on yourself. You have to bear in mind that other people are involved in this. This is the people factor involved in managing expectations. So yes, you've won, and you may have won an election, but now you've got to deal with all of these mindset issues. You've got to deal with all of this territorial stuff. So be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself in getting what you have as your vision fully implemented. Managing expectations for you and yes, for others that you're here to serve may mean that you've got to navigate this whole thing of resistance to change. And that's why I have this resource for you. In this book that I wrote on political change, one of the things that I'm addressing is dealing with that resistance to change. For the people, you may need to deal with managing expectations of what you as an individual, a group, a party, or even the government can realistically accomplish. Some people are asking others or even the government to do for them what they must rightly do for themselves. But they do have a right to demand from you what you promised to deliver. Yet it's still your responsibility to manage their expectations of when the changes will take place and when the implementation of what you promised to deliver can realistically begin to happen. Now, that was my list of 6. Perhaps you have some suggestions that you can also share with other new and aspiring politicians on things they need to know and things they need to do when they get involved in this arena. Please share them in the comments so that we can all benefit from your knowledge and experience. Well, that's it for today, folks. I look forward to seeing you next time when we discuss another political leadership topic. Bye for now.